Hey guys, Jay here, and today I want to basically do a few last bits of talking about Necropolis League, um, about the league mechanic to be specific, right? So the league is, well, well known to be dead a long time ago. However, this is not the first time where it was a bad league or bad league mechanic that the majority of people don't like, but then eventually those kind of mechanic can come back into the game, can come back into the core game, and it is something good. And I think Necropolis can be done well enough to be in the core game, and I think it will add to the core game actually if they basically change how the mechanic works. And I think there is actually a very simple solution to that particular problem, and they already done it with a previous league mechanic already. And it is this thing over here. This is Harvest Crafting Bench, right? So basically the biggest rework that they have done to the Harvest Crafting system as a whole in order to make it a viable option, viable in-game option, is to make it basically this, the crystallized life force. So the easy thing that we can do here with the Necropolis system is basically convert everything into points. And then with those kind of points, we can purchase options in a list like this. It will be so much easier to do it like this. And of course, you care about the layout of the crafting, right? It can be just a crafting layout, simply like what we see in like Craft of Exile or any like third-party tool that we have been using for the Necropolis crafting itself, right? So you have an interface here. You have basically a layout of the graves. You can choose to edit the grave from the layout, so you don't have to plant the corpses one by one. You can just choose them and then basically set them up in, like, I would say 10 to 15 minutes, given that you have enough points, right? So yeah, just like that. And then if they want to still retain the thematic of the grave crafting, right? So you can still by then go to the grave and craft, or everything there can happen in the grave, in the necropolis. What I mean is, where is the guy? Here, Undertaker Iron More, right? You can still go to the necropolis like this. But this whole thing, okay, one second. This whole thing's doesn't need to exist. Everything here doesn't need to exist. This you can keep, but there will be a like device option here. Maybe you have a coin kind of currency, like specifically like when you open the heist, right? You need the harbor coin to enter a heist. You can have those kind of currency that is specifically used in Necropolis. And what you do is you use that coin to hire this man over here, or any other NPC they want to make up to dig the corpses for you. So basically, you set up the layout of the grave, and then you hire this guy. He will do it for you, and then like after a blink of an eye or like a swap of the screen, whatever you want to do, or maybe instantly, you have all the graves set up as the same as the layout. I mean, you can add something interesting to it, like if you pay extra, there's a chance they will upgrade a corpse or something like that. If you want, if it is too expensive, you can have a discount, but there's a chance some corpse somewhere will, a small chance a corpse somewhere is going to be like destroyed or anything, something like that, or be wrong type. Those kind of things. I'm not sure about that, but long story short, right? It is a point-based system just like how they do with Harvest. Harvest used to be very tedious before. Now it is. Personally, I still do not enjoy Harvest as a farming mechanism, but I don't mind buying those crystallized life force and then use them on the crafting bench. That is something good. You can do the same thing with Necropolis here and then add it later, not the next league obviously, but later you can add it back to the game in that form. So you have a bunch of points in order to craft, in order to get the corpses. You can also have different kind of coins, different kind of points that is specific to a race, like undead, human, beast, something like that, right? You can, or specific to a family in the name of someone here, like Ophidian, Cobra, whatever. You can have different kind of coins, just like you have three kinds of crystallized life force now, and then you can use that system. Bring up a menu where you can draw a layout of corpses. I don't think that is going to be any complicated to do, right? Just a layout here, and then you select, you draft out the layout, and then you make this guy do it for you, or his son, his employee, whatever. You hire someone to do it for you, and it is an NPC, by the way, not hire some like other people. I think that should just solve the problem entirely. Why do I think this should still be in the game as a core mechanic later, whenever they fixed it, either in somewhat of the same way as I just described, or a different way that I think of? Because I think this crafting system is so intricate, very, very complex, very, very POE, I would say, right? So the thing that we hate about this crafting system is the tediousness of having to actually do the grave layout thingy to bury all the corpses. That is the thing that we hate, to bury all the corpses, to collect all the corpses. So remove those. Keep everything else in a different form in the game. So we can actually have a very, very good endgame crafting system. Or also, sometimes for leveling as well, but mostly for endgame, right? Because the kind of items that this league can produce is absolutely insane. For the first month of the league, when I was first playing, I would say personally, I have a great time finding the items to get a build going, basically. So we can find like 6 tier 1 like simple life and resistances item in this league for much, much, much cheaper than we can before. And that is not a bad thing for endgame players, by the way. For like top tier, top 100%, top 100%, top 0.1%, they were still training the crazy like influenced items, that is like all the weird mods in the same place. But for the like semi-casual or people who just simply don't care about pushing it to the maximum, like me, finding a good item for a decently cheap price is a very, very good thing to get, good thing to have in the game. And yeah, lastly, most of my character, even for like budget setup that I made videos about, they all use like a old tier 1 or tier 2 crafting item. And nobody complained about how to obtain them, by the way, because they are just so easy to make. Or a lot of people actually make them, and it's so easy to buy them from the market, basically. So I would not expect, if it stay in the core game, it'll be as easy to craft like a GG endgame item or like a top tier or tier 1 item. That can be nerfed. I don't have a problem about that. But it should make like the items overall, the quality of the items that we can get from the market improve significantly, basically. That is what I want to That is what I want to say. And so I do see the positivity. I mean, not what is the usefulness, the necessity of this particular league mechanic to the core game. I think it will make the core game better, but it needs to change, right? And the change that I personally propose is make it a point-based system, just like Harvest. Give us like a crafting bench or a drafting bench, so we can, make the layout in just like one single interface. Basically, you can drag and drop from the list of the corpse on the left here, drag it to the position that you want on the layout of the grave, right? And yeah, when we finish, we click a button. Okay, I will pay you 100 the bone pieces, or like 100 skull, whatever the kind of currency you want to make up for this necropolis. So you can please go ahead and dig up the grave for me. Plant all the corpses, water them, so later we can harvest the item. And I think that will just fix the system basically. It should not be a hard fix, right? Because they already have the list of an item, obviously. And to make a layout in order to plan it in here and then just automatically put it everywhere, I don't think that is going to be very hard. Yeah. So let me know what you think. Am I cooking too much, or it is possible that is going to be, the way forward for the league mechanic of Necropolis in order to get into the core game POE. So yeah, let me know. Also, stay hyped for the Settler of Kalgur. A lot of cool stuff has been revealed in the teasers, in the short teasers, and at the point of this video's recording, it is going to be 2 more days until the GG live teaser. I mean, not live teaser, but live stream. There will be a lot of things to talk about. There will be a lot of things to theory craft, and there will be a lot of new builds. I would expect to, basically be buffed next league, especially melee. We see a dead totem, not a dead totem, but specifically a dead ancestral totem in almost every single teasers that we have seen so far that was teased by GG. That probably most likely just is a hint that the totems, the ancestral totems, are dead. They either remove it from the game or like completely rework it in order to be a different role in the game. And then I hope buffing melee to compensate for that. We need the power of those totems without having a totem, basically. So just give every melee character 20% more attack speed and 50% more damage. The same thing that the totems are giving us, and we can scale that buff from some other sources. I think the totem can still be in the game because technically they can be totem builds, right? So I don't know, maybe they keep it in the game, but just change it into more like an actual damage dealing skill that we can build around. But they should not be at all mandatory for a melee build whatsoever. We are already very, very socket starving. We don't need no more socket pressure if we can remove the totems, which is normally a 4-link setup, by the way. That is 4 more gems that we can put into the character for utility for whatever reason. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good league. Probably is going to be the league before the PoE 2 beta. I think the beta for PoE, the beta for PoE 2 will be released like a month into the next league after the server of Kalgur, or they maybe want to extend the league for a little bit longer. I don't know, man. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the content. I hope you have a great time in POE soon. I hope the league to be very, very, very good, because we badly need a good league right now for POE. Until next time, please remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.